A big hello and a very warm welcome to Brand Equity with me, Sonali Krishna. Today I have with me Angel One's Chief Growth Officer, Prabhakar Tiwari, also known as PT popularly. And he's joining us today on the show to talk about Angel One's journey from being angel broking in the past to now becoming a holistic fintech services company. Thank you so much for joining us, Prabhakar. Truly a pleasure.
Thank you, Sonali. Thanks for calling me here. And it's a pleasure being here today.
It's been quite a journey for Angel or Angel Broking in the past, now Angel One, who have very tall ambitions. I believe you're moving into all sorts of financial services. So if you could just take me and my audience into what Angel One today stands for, and to the layman who associates you still as Angel Broking, what does the new Angel One stand for?
Perfect. So thanks for setting this up for me, because from Angel Broking to Angel One rebranding journey we did in year 2021.
Okay.
But at that time the focus was more about brand appeal to Gen Z and young millennials.
Okay.
So fundamentally our app remained what it was, but we created a brand world, for young millennials and Gen Z. That's what the rebranding was all about. Now Angel One super app is the truly reflection of our intent in the market.
Okay.
We fundamentally want to bring the diverse fintech experience in a very integrated manner for the average investor and trader. That's what our attempt is. So today, if you look at Angel One, we have this super app where we have the philosophy of giving security, speed, and reliability. These are the three things on which we have built the super app. And also, we want to make sure that the financial education of average investors and traders are complete. So we have integrated our smart money, which is our educational experience, within the super app.
But Prabhakar, if you could just throw some light into the verticals Angel One currently is operating in, and of course your future ambitions, like your stated ambition of becoming an AMC by the end of the year, you getting into the lending business, all of that, so that everybody knows the different verticals and the breadth and width of your operation.
Perfect. So we have Angel One, our equity brokerage platform is there. We have direct mutual fund business on top of that. Then we will get into lending before the end of this financial year. We already have a in principle approval of AMC.
Right.
So within 1 year, we'll get into the AMC business. We are also getting into a wealth tech business in terms of PMS, AIF, etc. And also we will ensure that our insurance business also flows into our super app.
Okay.
So if you look at the holistic fintech experience that you spoke about, from insurance, which is your kind of ensuring that you are like in the right place in terms of your financial planning, risk management and all,
sure,
to lending, for your financial needs, to investing in the stock market, mutual fund, to the fact that you can buy smart beta ETF products from us, we get you covered totally.
Sure. So this super app idea, when was it launched, and what is the kind of traction you're getting? And what is your consumer acquisition strategy, given that there are many heavyweight competitors already in the market?
Yeah. So they were always there. We have almost 3 decades of history behind us, and we have been evolving and we have been winning in the marketplace. So, but fundamentally, let me tell you about the super app. So I must tell you that, we are very excited about 7.5 lakh plus customer acquisition we have done in the month of August,
wow,
which was almost 20% higher than what we did in the previous month, and almost 60% plus higher than what we did a year back.
Okay.
And this is just not about it. Since the launch of the super app, we have seen our active installed base going up by 80%. What we have seen is our DAU going up by 35%, and our NPS, which is the net promoter score, which is like holy grail of all product-oriented organization, gone up by 2.1x.
Okay.
So these are the kind of numbers we have seen.
Sure.
So fundamentally, if you look at super app, you have to see it, from the success of how useful your users find it. Are they able to kind of discover other products and services intuitively on your platform?
Sure.
So take for example, without doing much sales and marketing effort, in our direct mutual fund in the month of July, we were the second highest SIP, company in that way, right? So this is the kind of growth we have seen with the super app.
Why is that? I mean, who are you attracting? Are you cannibalizing the current users, or are you also seeing, an inclusion of people who are not participating in the markets who are coming in? And right now, if you take a look at it, where is most of your, users coming in from, and what demographic?
Yeah, a very interesting question. Like what I've seen in last 3 years, close to 85 to 90% of our customers are coming from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4.
Okay.
If you talk about demographic, like they are Gen Z and young millennials, the average age of our user will be less than 29 years.
Oh, really?
That's the kind of age we are seeing. Now, why they are getting attracted? The very simple reason is that trust is an underlying factor. And that is where we score a lot. We have been in the business for a very, very long time, and we have stood by our customers. So that is one. Second is we are as good as, if not better, than any other digitally born competitor out there. So what you get on our platform will be either as good or better than you'll get it anywhere else. Third is that in terms of putting the right value proposition, which is a combination of education, which is a combination of giving them right reason to believe, I think we are doing a good job there.
Okay.
And that's the reason why we have been able to acquire customers to a such large degree. Another thing that I want to point out, that our acquisition engine is very holistic and well-oiled. So not only we acquire customers through our organic and referral, which is like big thing, but also our paid machinery is very well efficient.
Okay.
That's the reason why we get these numbers.
So, it's interesting that you point out that you're getting, most of your customers are coming in from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and average age is below 29. Is this a big shift in, the culture? Because in my 20s, I was quite clueless about investing and definitely not interested in the markets. So is this a cultural change you're seeing amongst millennials, young millennials and Gen Zs, that they are clued into the markets, they're interested in investing at an early stage? Give me some insights on what you found there.
See, I think it will come as no surprise that the younger generation are more experimentative lot.
Okay.
And they have access to information in the form of a blog, podcast and videos, which we didn't have access to in past. And also because we came from a middle class, with certain scarcity mindset, we were not able to experiment a lot. But today's disposable income at early 20s are much better. And also you don't have to send money back to the extent that maybe the earlier generation used to. So when you have that kind of money and when you're that kind of exposure, you definitely want to invest or trade with that money. And that's what younger audience are doing. Also, one thing let's understand, it's a matter of accessibility. And accessibility is not about I have a bank branch or a, kind of a broker branch in my city. It's also about, your nearness to it. And now understand the entire world has come in your smartphone. It has shrunk and come to your smartphone. So if such a ease of accessibility, doing all the paperwork for opening your Demat account, would have been a nightmare when I and you were in our 20s. But today it's a matter like 5 to 10 minutes, very seamless journey which is available.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're also telling me that they have the interest in the markets. But my question is it normal to assume that when the markets are on a roll, you see more interest and more participation across, whether it be in terms of trading or even SIPs, and once the markets don't perform well, you see kind of a rollback of that enthusiasm. Does it work like that? And how do you foolproof your business against that?
Very interesting. I think this is where, COVID changed everything.
Okay.
I think whatever was the normal, now there's a new normal in place. And this is where retail investors have learned their lesson. Okay, because you're absolutely right. In past, what used to happen that retail will participate in the bandwagon when the markets were going up. And they will enter the market nearly their highs. And after that, smart money will leave the market because they follow certain trend, and people will be left high and dry, holding their stock at high prices. Some of them will never come back to stock market. Some of them will kind of, just sell it off at a loss. And that's how, the trend will continue. But COVID changed everything. COVID is like, it's like a dream of a child getting into a candy store where the most priciest candy is available on discount. I think that's what happened in COVID. So a lot of people entered and they could get blue chip companies at a much lesser price. And thanks to the amount of time they had during the COVID, the kind of study they could do with the material which was available, they could find a viewpoint that it's a long-term investing which actually gives you, the kind of return you expect. That's what has happened.
Sure.
And since then, people have hold fort. And that's the reason, let me tell you, now it's not a big news, but 6 months to 1 year back, we used to talk about that why FII are leaving Indian market, yet prices are holding. They are holding only because retail investors are holding.
So you're basically saying that the trust deficit which existed with the markets earlier has kind of changed.
Yeah.
Right? So now there is more trust with the markets and with investing amongst people. And that is all thanks to COVID.
Correct.
Okay.
So they've learned their lessons. It's like, starting to kind of learn bicycling, right? I mean, once you get your balance, it becomes easier. Doesn't mean that you'll never fall, but you know the reasons for which you've fallen.
Sure. So if today your total client base is about a crore and a half?
1.6 crore plus.
Yeah. And this kind of growth that you're expecting, are you expecting the momentum to continue? Or
Absolutely.
Because I also noticed that at 1.6 crores, you've kind of started really pushing your brand investment and really getting out there to ensure visibility and, of course, also awareness amongst people. Give me a sense of how much money has gone into this brand investment and how long is this process, and who are you targeting through your several campaigns?
See, first of all, I think this is the momentum which will continue. For us, if I tell you, in last 2 years, whatever up and downs has happened in the market and Demat account opening, we have kept our number around 500,000, give or take some, for last 2 years on a monthly basis. And now, once that the situation is improving, we have seen this 7.5 lakh numbers that I just spoke about. So, and we are confident about future for a simple reason that the underlying factors have improved, become strengthened. Journeys have become better. Regulators are taking right steps to give guardrails to investors. They are confident about the market. The digital maturity is only improving. People are becoming more financially savvy. There's a possibility of giving variety of fintech experiences at a single place. So you can actually customize, their financial opportunity in multiple myriad ways. So that's also possible. Now, talking about our brand investment, honestly, we have been waiting for our super app. So in Q4, when we shifted to our super app, and let me tell you, for the company of our size and our business, we are the only one who migrated their 100% customers within 1 quarter for the old app to new super app. If you look at many of our competition, they still operate from new and old app. Even now.
Why? Because that there is a resistance, inertia.
Inertia, and plus also tech, it's like a black box with best of the people around, so you don't want to take chance. But we took that chance because, we knew that the kind of future we want to build, it's important to get all our customers on the super app. And in the Q1, we took care of the teething issues, and start of Q2, we had our super app campaign. So this year, we'll on a conservative estimate, we'll have 6 to 10x jump over our brand marketing spends of last year. Where this money will go? This money will go at multiple places. It will come to business news channels. It will go to general news channels. It will go to OTT, YouTube. It will go to myriad other places. Some amount of activation, multiple events. So those kind of places where we'll spend our money.
I also wanted the sense of how the industry is faring. In terms of growth of Demat accounts in the country, how do you see that growth? In terms of, where are we today? We're at about 10 crore Demat accounts. So do you see now the growth being only incremental, or you see a big momentum going further?
There'll be a big momentum going further because a lot of new players are in the market. They have got their technology right. They have understood the opportunity which exists in the market. Even the banks have got, their discount broking strategy right. So in my opinion, this saliency per se will increase. You've also heard about Jio getting into financial services. And we have a lot of respect for them. The way they have been geofy the internet connectivity. I believe, some of the benefits are also accruing to our business. So I'm sure they will give a lot more saliency to this category. And we believe when customers will have their consideration set, Angel One will definitely there. and given our superior product, they will choose us.
Sure.
So that's why we are confident that this demat account category per se will see a big jump.
What kind of market share do you command in the demat account space?
Honestly, like it's very difficult to, kind of that numbers are not published to that degree of certainty, but on a, kind of a monthly acquisition basis, we are upwards of 25% on a monthly basis.
Okay, that's sizable.
Yeah, that's sizable. Yeah.
But any predictions on from 10 crores, let's say in the next 5 years, what is your expectation in terms of growth?
You tell me a number and we'll gun for it. But let me tell you, fundamentally, there is a lot more growth ahead of us. It will all depend on multiple factors, including the fact that, how can you, like super app strategy, how does that work?
Yeah,
Are you able to pull together? See, fundamentally, what does money do for us? I mean, why do we need money? Why do we need wealth? That's a question we need to ask. And, why do people get into trouble? They get into trouble because they do not look at their financial existence in balance, So if you can give that balance, on one place they have the medical and life insurance to take care of their need. On one stage they have a FD and fixed income instrument. Other stage they have this high growth of share market, mutual fund markets which are there. On other stage they can actually get some wealth advisor at someone who is neutral, like a robo advisory, right? If you can get all of that together, even people with less than 10 lakhs CTC or even 6 to 8 lakhs CTC would participate in this fintech growth that we are seeing.
Okay. So clearly these are opportunistic times for the market.
It's a land grab. That's how we describe it in our organization. This is a land grab.
What is the vision for Angel One? I'm asking you this question because, as we're doing this interview, you've announced that there is a business restructuring initiative, and you're going to have the businesses from the assisted channels being consolidated under Angel Securities, and then you have the direct channel being housed under Angel Crest. What does that mean for your end customer?
It means that they would see excellence going into each and every aspect of our business, but all of that excellence will flow into very intuitive, customer user-friendly interface, and that is a super app.
Okay.
And in the back end, the very talented, energetic, motivated professionals, technology people, product people, marketing people like me and my team, will work and ensure that, they are able to fulfill their financial goals and live a happy life with their friends and family.
PT, I have to ask you, with super apps like yourselves and other players also launching their own apps, and it looks like people are now getting comfortable with being digital. What is the fate of the millions of people who still have brokers and still do it the analog way? How much of that currently exists, and are you seeing that percentage shrinking?
It's very difficult to put a number to it, but let me tell you, there is a value in assisted business also. There is so much you would do with a super app, even with a robo advisory built in. Many of us still need some reassurance, some human touch there, right? The only question is the human touch which come our way. Are they well regulated? Do they have your best intent in mind? And do you have some level of knowledge where you can judge, who is guiding you and who is misguiding you? To my mind, a lot of respect for assisted business out there. We also would like to kind of scale our assisted business, and we believe a large population may still need it. I can't put a percentage to it, to be honest.
Fair enough. As I wind down this interview, as you walk the path of becoming this diversified fintech business with tall ambitions, or consisting of like multiple offerings, what are the biggest challenges you see as the Chief Growth Officer?
I think the biggest challenge, you'll be surprised actually with my answer. Like, first is the financial education.
Yeah.
To my mind, the lack of education is the biggest barrier, because if you do not know anything, it's very difficult to trust, even if it means good for you, right? So to my mind, that will hamper growth for us. The second reason will again surprise you is a cyber security and data leakage. To my mind, this kind of and fake videos and multiple other such things. To my mind, these are a big, it kills the trust, because the more we digitize, more secure we want to feel. Yeah. Because, what would have taken someone to say days or weeks or months, now can be done with a click of a button. So, so more environment of security, cyber security, that is around, people will feel good. That is nothing to do with the business that I am in. That's a larger internet, economy that we are talking about. Still, that matter a lot. And third, and the most important thing to my mind is that we need public digital goods more and more. The way today we have the Aadhaar tech stack which is there. Government is talking about account aggregator, the Sahmati one, because that will really open up, because fundamentally customer data is a customer property. They should give a consent that which other player they want to share their data with. Because the better data I have about the customer, basis their consent, a more customized offering I can give them. So I think these three things would come in the way, but I'm sure things are improving and the growth story will continue.
Sure. Last question before I let you go. You have a tall task at hand in terms of communicating what your brand stands for, ensuring people think you are the one-stop for everything and are trustworthy. What is the tone and tenor of the campaigns that you are currently rolling out, and in the future, what is the brief that you've given your creative partners?
Okay, so we work with Leo Burnett, and very clearly we said, look, people actually still, relate to us with our past, and we have not been investing on brand marketing on top of the funnel, so we don't blame them either, right? So we said, let's make something which has the announcer and new news feel to it.
ये है इंडिया के पुराने इन्वेस्टिंग की दुनिया। पर अब इन्वेस्टिंग को बदलने आ गया है कुछ सुपर। टेक और स्पीड में बेहतर है सुपर। आ गया है स्मूथ इन्वेस्टिंग एक्सपीरियंस दैट्स सुपर। जो कॉम्प्लेक्स मार्केट को करे सिंपल, वो सुपर। जो इंडिया का इन्वेस्टिंग हमेशा के लिए बदल दे, वही तो है सुपर। आ गया है एंजल वन सुपर ऐप, जो इंडिया का इन्वेस्टिंग बना दे सुपर। Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
We want people to take notice that people who have never heard of should think what this Angel One is all about, right? Or people who have heard about us because of our angel broking past should again say that what has this company done that they are talking so loud from the rooftop, and we really wanted to do that. And for us, being in the consideration set is very important.
Yes.
That's the pure marketing objective we have taken. And also we want to increase our organic business by 5x. Now for future, we don't want to be like announcer feel always. For us, the future is about how do we communicate in very simple way what are the superpowers of the super app, which are very relevant to you as an average user and for the particular product that you want to consume on our platform.
Sure.
So if you go for lending, I have to really understand what is the white space there and what proposition will engage better.
Sure.
If I go for AMC, I need to understand how my smart beta and ETF products will talk to the customer. If I go for insurance, why they should opt for that insurance product on my platform vis-a-vis other. So this is my kind of challenge to the creative agency partner. I'm also working with them that we can actually be, let me put this, Amazon of fintech experiences.
Sure.
For the country, for the lack of better metaphor at this juncture.
Well, on that note, Prabhakar, all the very best for your journey to become the Amazon of the fintech world. You've really taken on a tall task. I think the journey is going very well so far.
Yeah.
So much luck to you and Angel One as you aim to become a holistic, trustworthy fintech services company.
Thanks a lot, Sonali. Pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.